Those of us who remember stockings bulging at odd angles, chocolate rattling somewhere inside, and the mad scramble to empty everything onto the carpet, know that the smallest treats made Christmas feel enormous. Number 9 barely survived 5 minutes after sunrise. Number 4 could be recognised just by the shape through the wrapping paper. And number 1? That was the moment the stocking officially earned its place. If you ever measured Christmas by how full your stocking felt, this one's for you. Number 12. Flying saucers. The retro fizz. Flying saucers were light, papery, and gone in seconds. Exactly the kind of treat that made stockings feel bottomless. Those pastel-coloured discs looked like tiny UFOs, and the moment your teeth cracked through the wafer shell, the sherbet inside hit with a fizzy burst that made your whole face react. Kids tipped whole handfuls into their palms, comparing colours or letting them melt on their tongues, just to delay the sherbet explosion. They weighed almost nothing, so parents loved stuffing them into every spare gap in the stocking. As Christmas treats evolved and retro sweets became less common, that little moment of wafer crunch then fizz quietly faded. Flying saucers kicked off the stocking chaos, but the next sweet let you unwrap a whole conversation. Number 11. Love Hearts Tube. The messages that made the morning. Love Hearts were the stocking sweet that talked back. A whole tube filled with pastel tablets, each stamped with tiny messages that siblings used to tease each other with before breakfast. Be mine, hug me, best mate. All swapped, traded, or held up dramatically for maximum effect. Kids poured them out onto the carpet, grouped them by colour, or saved the cheekiest ones to show cousins later. Their soft crunch and sherbety chew made them easy to snack on while presents were still being opened. As Christmas mixes shifted and tubes changed shape, that playful ritual of reading every message slowly slipped away. Love Hearts brought chatter to the stocking, but the next treat brought colour, chew, and sugar-dusted chaos. Number 10. Jelly Tots, the colourful, sugar-dusted chaos. Jelly Tots were the tiny troublemakers of the stocking, those bright, sugar-dusted dots stuck to hands, pyjamas, carpet fibres, anything except the packet they came in. Kids poured them straight into their palms, counting the colours or arguing over which flavour was best. They melted slowly if you held them too long, leaving a sweet, sticky patch on your fingers that mysteriously ended up on wrapping paper minutes later. The gentle chew, the fruity hit, the soft crunch of sugar crystals, they were pure Christmas morning energy. As newer sweets filled shelves and small bags became less common, that colourful scatter across the living room floor faded. Jelly Tots brought fruity mischief, but the next treat was all about soft chocolate comfort. Number 9. Chocolate buttons, the easy win. Chocolate buttons were the stocking filler everyone agreed on. No arguments, no trades, just simple, melt-in-the-mouth chocolate circles that disappeared far quicker than anyone planned. Kids tipped them into bowls, hid them in pockets, or ate them one by one to make them last, which they never did. The tiny bags fit perfectly into stocking gaps, the kind parents filled at the very end when everything else was already packed. You could let them melt on your tongue or crunch them instantly. Either way, they tasted like Christmas cartoons on the telly and crumbs in the sofa. As festive ranges grew fancier, small bags of buttons showed up less often. Buttons kept things calm, but the next treat brought pure chocolate excitement packed into a tiny frog. Number 8. Freddo. The tiny frog with a big reputation. Freddo was the little chocolate that somehow stole the whole stocking. Small, simple, and shaped like a grinning frog, it felt like a mini treasure hidden among the larger treats. Kids recognized the shape instantly through the wrapping and always ate it early, convinced it tasted better, because it was just the right size. Its smooth Cadbury chocolate and bite-sized snap made it perfect for nibbling while tearing open presents. Some stockings hid more than one Freddo, creating small moments of triumph when children found a second frog lurking at the bottom. As prices and packaging changed over the years, Freddo's stocking presents shifted, but that tiny burst of chocolate joy stayed in memory. Freddo brought quick, happy sweetness, but the next treat stretched the moment with a soft, creamy chew. Number 7. Cadbury Fudge Bar. The soft, simple classic. Cadbury Fudge was the stocking filler that disappeared before you'd even finished checking what else you had. A tiny bar with a soft, creamy centre wrapped in smooth Cadbury chocolate. It tasted like childhood in its simplest form. Kids unwrapped it with one hand while clutching new toys with the other, taking big bites because it didn't require any effort to chew. The bar was small enough to vanish in 2 mouthfuls, leaving you instantly wishing there was another one hidden deeper in the stocking. Parents loved it because it filled awkward gaps. Children loved it because it felt like a secret treat you never had to share. As stocking traditions evolved and newer miniature bars took over, that moment of finding a lone fudge bar tucked between satsumas and toys quietly faded. Fudge brought gentle sweetness, but the next treat was pure Christmas character. Number 6. Snowman and Santa chocolate lollies. The festive characters. Snowman and Santa chocolate lollies were the stocking fillers that announced Christmas with a grin. Their moulded shapes peeked through colourful foil, shiny reds, snowy whites and sparkly blues, each one instantly recognisable even before unwrapping. Kids loved peeling back the foil to see if Santa's face was perfect or hilariously smudged. The chocolate was simple and sweet, the kind that snapped cleanly before melting on your tongue. These lollies were eaten mid-morning, mid-present opening, or mid-anything really. They were portable, charming, and always finished too fast. As Christmas aisles expanded and character shapes rotated each year, these classic lollies appeared less often. Snowman and Santa brought festive cheer in every bite, and what's coming next filled entire bowls with noise, colour, and chaos. We're halfway through, and if you're enjoying this trip down the stocking, keep going, because we've got some good ones lined up. Number 5. Mini Mars, Snickers, Galaxy and Milky Way, the wrapper stampede. The mix of Mini Mars, Snickers, Galaxy and Milky Way bars turned living rooms into full-on wrapper battlegrounds every Christmas morning. These tiny bars poured out of stockings like treasure, each one wrapped in glossy foil that crinkled loudly the moment anyone touched it. Kids ripped them open at record speed, creating a sea of shiny colours across carpets, sofas and pyjama bottoms. Every family had favourites. Some hunted for the Galaxy first, others swapped Mars for Milky Way, and the Snickers fans were always stubbornly loyal. The best part was tipping them into a bowl and watching everyone dive in at once. As Christmas chocolate tubs evolved, these minis became part of larger mixes rather than individual treats, and that moment of discovering a whole handful hidden at the bottom of a stocking slowly faded. The minibar stampede brought noise and excitement, but the next treat added an element no other chocolate could offer. Number 4. Kinder Surprise. The chocolate with a secret. Kinder Surprise wasn't just a stocking filler, it was a 2-part thrill. First came the delicate creamy chocolate egg itself, split into smooth white and milk layers that melted the second it touched your tongue. But the real excitement was inside, a tiny yellow capsule holding a toy that needed building, snapping, or carefully sticking together. Kids tore into the shell with one hand and shook the plastic egg with the other, hoping for a miniature figure or something with moving parts. Half the fun was comparing toys with siblings and checking if the leaflet showed any rare ones. As Christmas assortments shifted and safety rules changed, Kinder eggs became an occasional treat rather than a guaranteed stocking classic. Kinder Surprise brought chocolate and curiosity together, but the next treat brought the unmistakable shine of festive treasure. Number 3. Chocolate coins. The gold at the bottom? Chocolate coins were the currency of Christmas morning, wrapped in thin gold foil and often packaged in a little plastic net. They clinked like treasure when dropped onto the floor. Every child felt rich for at least 10 minutes. Some stacked them, some saved them, and others peeled the foil instantly to get to the chocolate inside. They tasted like pure holiday tradition. Simple, sweet, and slightly firmer than the usual milk chocolate, as if they'd absorbed a bit of magic on the way. Parents tucked them deep into stockings so they'd be found last, creating that perfect final surprise. As packaging designs changed and some sets grew rarer, the thrill of finding a heavy handful of coins softened. Chocolate coins brought sparkle and delight, but the next treat carried sound, colour, and memories in every shake. Number 2. Smarties Tube. The rattle that made Christmas. Smarties Tubes were the sound of Christmas morning. Before you even opened your stocking, you could shake it and instantly know if a Smarties Tube was hiding inside. That unmistakable rattle of chocolate against cardboard. Kids tore the cap off with their thumb and poured half the tube straight into their hands, colours spilling everywhere. Some sorted them by colour, some ate the red ones first, and some tipped the whole tube into their mouth just to feel the rainbow crunch at once. The bright, chunky packaging peeked through wrapping paper like a promise. And the tube itself often ended up being used as a mini telescope, drumstick or lightsaber before the morning was over. As packaging changed and tubes shrank, that iconic rattle softened. Smarties brought noise, colour and pure stocking excitement, but the final pick on this list carried the heart of Christmas in a single box. Number 1. Mini Selection Box, the king of the stocking. The Mini Selection Box was the crown jewel of Christmas morning. Thin cardboard, bright colours, and a perfectly arranged row of tiny chocolate bars. It felt like opening a miniature treasure chest. Every box had a different lineup, but the ritual was always the same. Check the back to see what bars you'd got, peel open the first wrapper, and plan the order you'd eat the rest. Kids compared their boxes, traded bars, and bragged if theirs had an extra treat tucked inside. Parents loved them because they filled stockings easily. Kids loved them because they made Christmas feel huge. When designs changed and certain boxes disappeared, that moment of flipping the box over and shouting, "I got a best one," slowly faded. Mini selection boxes weren't just chocolate, they were Christmas morning in cardboard form. So that's 12 stocking fillers that made British Christmas magical. They weren't just sweets, they were the colour, the noise, the tiny rituals that made December mornings feel larger than life. If you remember shaking tubes, peeling foil, or emptying your entire stocking onto the carpet just to see the pile, share this with someone who remembers that same magic. Because even as packaging changes and favourites vanish, those little treats still hold the joy of Christmas morning.